Game week 28 in the Premier League. Me and Timo are going to be predicting every single result in the Big Six and seeing who gets it right. I've got some work to do. I've got some catching up to do from last week. So let's just jump straight into this one. Liverpool host West Ham as the early kickoff for the weekend there. I think this is going to be a pretty difficult one for West Ham. They're in a relegation scrap and they aren't good for a reason. They are where they are because of that. Going away to Anfield is just going to be a tall task. I'm going to say this is going to end 2-0 to Liverpool. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I think we're going to get the result as well. Yeah, we need to get the result. I really want to stamp our places with Champions League spots. But I do think we're going to keep a clean sheet. But again, I don't want to copy what you're going to say with 2-0. 2-0 is a good scoreline. But I'm going to go 3-0.
Hey, last time you didn't copy me, you predicted it dead on. So if you want to say the same thing, you can do that again. I'm not bothered by it.
I hope it works again. I'm going to go 3-0.
Moving on into the next game, Leeds actually host Manchester City in that one. Again, super important. Both Arsenal and City can't drop points in this title race anymore. Leeds are near the bottom of the table. I'd argue they're probably safe at this point. I don't think they're one of the worst teams in the league, one of the three worst teams in the league, I should say. But I do still think Manchester City are going to come away with the result here. I think it's going to be a lot more trickier than a lot of people do anticipate. Leeds have taken points off Liverpool. They've taken points off Chelsea this season. So I'm going to predict this one at a 2-1 Manchester City win. I don't expect a clean sheet in this one.
Ooh. 2-1, good scoreline. I do agree with you. I think Man City will take all 3 points. Will Leeds actually score on Manchester City? That's the biggest question. 2-1, it feels like a fair scoreline, but I'm gonna go 3-1 Manchester City.
3-1, okay, a bit more of a blowout there. Next one, again, important on the opposite side of the table for the relegation fight. Fulham host Tottenham in this one. Now, Fulham, if we're being honest, are a better team than Tottenham. They've got a better manager than Tottenham, and they're higher up in the table than Tottenham. So I actually think this game could spell the beginning of the end for Tottenham. I actually think this is going to be a 2-0 Fulham win. I don't think Tottenham are going to have an answer for them.
You actually think Tottenham's going down this year?
I think it's a real potential, and it's really up to West Ham, in my opinion. It's not necessarily up to Tottenham. I think if West Ham can prove themselves to be better than Tottenham, then that's what's going to decide the relegation fight. But I don't think it's fully just a Tottenham thing.
I can see your point of view, but I just can't see a world where Tottenham just go down. But I do feel like they need something from this game. I'm not sure they're going to win, but I'll go for a 2-2 draw.
2-2, okay, decent shout there. Let's switch things up now. On the other side of Manchester, United host Crystal Palace. Let's get your thoughts on that one first.
It's a tough match. But again, since Crystal Palace have lost a couple of their players, they're not the same side anymore. I do think United, I hate to say it, I do think they're going to take all 3 points here. And I'm going to predict a 2-1 win for Manchester United.
Okay, yeah. I'm in agreement with that outcome there. I do think Crystal Palace have been shocking, not just for the departures, but also the fact that their manager hasn't wanted to be there for almost 4 months now. And I'm pretty sure they picked up 1 win in the last 14. It's been absolutely appalling stuff. I think United are going to blow them out. I don't think Crystal Palace are even going to score. They were lucky to get the result they did against Wolves last weekend. I think it's going to be 3-0 United. And the final game of the Big Six is actually between two of them. Arsenal host Chelsea. It's going to be a huge one, a difficult one, and again, super important in the title race. I'm really curious on what your thoughts on that one are first.
Chelsea have really stepped up against big teams this season. That's why I know Chelsea. They might fumble against like relegation teams. Against big teams, they do show up. They beat Liverpool. They drew against Manchester City. Did they draw Arsenal early in the year?
Yeah,
I think it was a draw.
The 10-man draw earlier in the year.
Yes, it was. I think Arsenal's going to come away with this one. I think they do beat you guys. I think they do beat you guys. I think it's going to be comfortable, actually. 2-0 Arsenal.
Unfortunately, I think all roads are going to agree with that. I hate to predict something like this, and I would love to say that Chelsea can go there and get a result. But again, in the context of the title race, Arsenal are going to be super up for it. Yes, Chelsea will be up for it. They'll be looking to spoil the party there as well. But I just don't see a world where Chelsea can go to the Emirates at this point in the season, given the context of the season, and actually win the game. If that does happen, it's going to be super scammy, super tight. I don't think it's going to be a dominant performance from Chelsea. But ultimately, I think we have potential here to get humiliated at the Emirates yet again, unfortunately. I could see this being a 3 or even 4-1. I'm going to say 3-1 to Arsenal.
Not even a draw.
There's no hope in hell. But what do you guys think is going to happen on the weekend? Don't forget to follow us both for more. Get in the